I'm sorry. Hello. Oh,
Hi,
hello.
how are you?
I'm I'm here. How are you?
You've been better, huh? I'm good, thank you. All right, how do you spell your first name?
It's Yaluany.
How do you say it?
Yaluany.
Okay. And your last name is,
Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Rodriguez.
and is there a Parra on there?
Yes, it's my second last name. It's Parra. Yeah.
So Rodriguez hyphen Parra,
Yeah,
something like that? Okay.
yeah.
Let me correct this right quick because you were arrested on 2 charges of
Hmm.
assault, committing bodily injury of a family member. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for this?
Yes. Do I need to?
You definitely need an attorney. You have 2 Class A misdemeanors.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I can.
You
Yeah.
can afford
like
your
court
own?
appointed or.
I can afford one.
You can
So,
afford your own.
yes, thank you, Judge.
All right. If that changes, let them know we're in the jail, okay?
Huh?
If that changes and you need a court appointed, let them know they're in the jail.
Okay.
Okay. Counsel?
Thank you, Judge. Miss Rodriguez, how long have you lived in Amarillo?
Um, I, I would say 6 years,
6 years.
or around 6 years.
Okay. And do you have family in Amarillo?
Yes.
Who are they? Is it your
My grandparents,
okay?
and then my uncle, my aunt, yeah,
Okay.
my
And
daughter.
the person that's listed on this might be 2 people that's listed on this as victims in this incident. Do you have a place to stay that is away from them?
Yes, yes.
Who is that with?
I can stay with my grandma.
Okay. And
I cannot.
your
Well,
grandma won't have contact with these people when
no,
you're around them?
they don't even know them.
Okay. So
I can
Judge,
stay with my
she has
aunt.
a place to stay with a family member that isn't involved in this and just asked for a reasonable bond for her case. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna set her bond at $2,500 for each count. Uh, both of them have conditions of F, G, H, K, and P. Uh, there's been a magistrate's order of protection issued between now and September the 4th, 2025. You can have no contact, either direct or indirect, with Silk. You
With
can't go
it
within
was
200 yards of their residence or place of employment. This order will be sent to you here in just a few minutes. You need to read it in its entirety and sign it.
Mhm.
Uh, Also, you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state or the United States. And while you're out on bond, you may not possess any firearms or ammunition.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Sorry. They need to shut it over. Obviously.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
I've been a little better, but
I,
you know,
I understand. Uh, Jonas, you were arrested on 4 charges. One for possession of a controlled substance, a program 2 drug, equal to or greater than 4 grams, less than 400 grams. A charge of unlawful carrying of a weapon. A charge of possession of a dangerous drug. And a charge for possession of a controlled substance, a program 3 drug, less than 28 grams.
yes, sir.
The felony charge, the possession of a program 2 drug, is being dismissed this time for lack of probable cause. So you only have the 3 charges that are misdemeanors. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for these charges?
What should I? 1 second, sir.
So
Sure.
says no probable cause. That means, but for some reason that report was not known. She said they're going to make the officer make a correction. They're not going to get charged with it, but you're likely to get charged with it later. Okay. With it, just letting you know.
Okay.
Can you afford to hire an attorney right now?
I'm not good, but I probably just gotta stay with my public defender.
Judge, can we just have a public defender representation, please? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Go
And,
ahead.
Mr. Shelton, you said you're from Dallas, is that right?
Yes, sir. I'm from Dallas.
Okay, how long have you lived in Amarillo?
Oh, I was just driving through Amarillo on my way
Okay.
to Santa Fe
Okay.
to visit some friends for 4th of July.
Okay. So,
And-
how long have you lived in Dallas?
Oh, well, I lived there for 10 years, then moved away to Colorado for a few, and then came back. And recently I've been there for 5.
Okay.
And I got a job with this particular place called Atlantic Housing Foundation as a maintenance technician.
How
Which
long
I've
have you
been-
worked there?
I worked there for 4 years.
Okay,
It's a good one. It's a good job. It allowed me to buy a house. So I bought a house down in Dallas
okay, and how long ago did you buy the house?
a year ago, almost to the date.
Okay. Judge, just ask for a fair and reasonable bond for Jonas's remaining cases.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna set your bond on the unlawful carry of a weapon at $2,000. The dangerous drug and the possession, his bond is $500 apiece. Conditions are K and P on the unlawful carrying of a weapon and K on the others. So in other words, you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state of the United States. And you may not possess the firearms or ammunition while you're on bond. Thank you.
Could you repeat that?
Could you
Thank you,
re-
sir.
could
I'm
you-
sorry.
I'm sorry, Judge, can you repeat that last statement?
I apologize. I just couldn't understand you.
Being on
That's fine.
bond?
While he's on bond on the unlawful carrying of a weapon, he cannot possess any firearms or ammunition.
Okay, no firearm, no ammunition on bond.
So what happens to the gun that I have? Does it just go away? Or
It's part of the charge.
It'll depend on the disposition of the case as to what-
okay.
Check your.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, what did my bond come up to?
All 2,000.
Right, you were arrested on, looks like 4 charges, 1 for unlawful possession of a firearm, court or gang member, 1 for racing on the highway, 1 for possession of marijuana under 2 ounces, and 1 for theft of a firearm. The theft of the firearm is being dropped at this time for lack of probable cause. So that only leaves you the 3 misdemeanor charges. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for these charges?
Yes, sir.
Is that yes?
Yes, sir.
You don't need a court appointed. You can afford to hire your own attorney,
Oh, no, I need an attorney.
court appointed,
Yes, sir.
Please
Okay.
put us down, Judge.
counselor.
Thank you. When, how long have you lived in Amarillo?
16 years, 17 years.
Okay. And your current address, who lives there with you?
My parents and my siblings,
Okay, and how long have you lived at your current address?
like 8, 7 years.
Okay. Are you working right now?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
Work at Tyson,
How long have you worked at Tyson?
for 6 months.
Okay. Judge, just ask for a fair and reasonable bond for Mr. Wynn's case. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
They find no PC on this felony. They found it, so they could correct it and be arrested.
Okay, on unlawful possession of the firearm, I set his bond at $2,000. On the racing at $750, and the marijuana at $500. Conditions are K on all three, and then on the gun, it's may not possess any firearms or ammunition while on bond.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you.
I'm good.
Please.
Okay, Ms. Cruz, you were arrested on 2 charges, one for aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury, and one for resisting arrest, search, or transportation. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for these charges?
No.
Do you want one appointed to you?
Yes.
Okay, counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Alexis, how long have you lived in Amarillo?
About 5 years.
Okay. 5 or 6 years. Do you have family in Amarillo?
No.
Your girlfriend lives here, right? Who else? Your kids?
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
3 kids.
Okay, and they all live in Amarillo?
Yes.
Okay. And where are you working right now?
At Red Cap Temping Service.
Okay, that's obviously a temp service. How long have you worked there?
About 3 years.
Okay. And before that, you said you worked at Burger King, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Judge just asked for a fair and reasonable bond for Alexis, her case. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, on the resisting arrest, search, or transportation, I'm gonna set her bond at $1,500. Conditions are K. While you're out on bond, you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state, or the United States.
This is why I was resisting.
On the aggravated assault with serious bodily injury, I'm gonna set her bond at $7,500. Conditions are F, K, and O. While she's out on bond, she cannot have any contact, direct or indirect, with the victim of this. Cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state or United States. And she must abstain from the use or possession of any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Holman, you were arrested on a charge of resisting arrest, search, or transportation. At this time, that case has been dismissed for lack of probable cause. Keep in mind they can come back later and make their probable cause if they choose. So if they issue a warrant and come to you with it, you'll know what it's about, okay?
Okay.
All right. As soon as you take care of your city charges, you'll be released from the jail. Thank
Okay.
you.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
go, man. Hey. That's that right here.
How do you say your last name?
Fjetland, the J is silent.
So I said it right then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You were arrested on 2 charges for unlawful carrying of a weapon. At this time, these charges are being dismissed for lack of probable cause. So keep in mind they can come back later and make their probable cause. If they do, they'll get a warrant issued and come to you with it, so you'll know what it's about. So as soon as we get through here and the jail can get to you, you'll be processed out.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Gutierrez, you were arrested on a charge of unlawful carrying of a weapon. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for this?
No, sir.
Do you want one appointed to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Gutierrez, where are you
Sir.
from?
I'm from here, Amarillo, Texas.
Okay. You have family in Amarillo as well.
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
My mother and my dad.
Okay. You have a couple of sisters and a brother?
Just 2 older sisters, a little brothers.
Okay. Do they all live around in Amarillo?
Yes.
Okay. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
At FedEx.
And what do you do there?
I'm a package handler.
Okay. And how long have you worked at FedEx for?
Going on 8 months, I believe.
Okay. And Mr. Gutierrez, said Judge just asked for a fair and reasonable bond for Jonathan's case. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Gutierrez, I'm gonna set your bond at $2,000. Conditions are K and P. While you're out on bond, you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state, or the United States. And you may not possess any firearms or ammunition while you're on bond. Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. You were arrested on a charge of driving while intoxicated.
Yes, sir.
Can you afford an attorney to represent you for this charge?
No, sir.
Okay, do you want one appointed to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Johnathan. Okay. Where were you born, did you say?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Okay, and how long have you lived in Amarillo?
8 years
Okay,
since 2017.
okay, since 2017. And you said your sister is your guardian, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when did that take place?
In 2017, when my mom passed away,
Okay,
I was 10 years old, so she took custody of me.
okay.
Yes, sir.
And are you working right now?
I start work on Monday for construction.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What company is that?
Lotus Drywall.
Okay. Judge, just asked for a fair and reasonable bond for Jonathan's case. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna set his bond at $1,500. Conditions are E and K. While he's out on bond, you cannot consume any alcohol, and you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state, or the United States. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Jackson.
How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good. Is your last name Leon or Lean?
Leo and Leon.
Okay. All right. You were arrested on a charge of driving while intoxicated. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for this? No? You want a court appointed?
Can I get court appointed?
Sure. Counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Give me your first and last name again.
Saeed Rivas.
Okay. And you've currently lived in Amarillo how long?
My whole life.
Okay, your whole life. You
Yeah.
were born here as well,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Are you working?
Yes, self-employed.
Self-employed?
Yes.
Doing what?
I do interior and exterior remodeling.
Okay.
So I do basically anything.
You work with other builders, right?
Yeah, I'm a contractor, so I contract people out, or
Okay.
either they'll contract me out.
And you have people that are your family in Amarillo, is that
Oh
right?
yes,
Who's that?
which would
Your
be
mom?
yeah,
Your dad?
yes,
Okay. Any brothers or sisters?
yeah. 2 brothers, which is Joseph and Luis, and no sisters.
Judge, we just asked for a fair and reasonable bond for Syed's case. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna set your bond at $1,500. Conditions are E and K. While you're out on bond, you cannot consume any alcohol,
Yes.
and you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state, or the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you very much.
You bet.
Have a good afternoon.
You too. Is it Nichols or Nicholas?
Nicholas.
Nichols?
There's a
Okay.
microphone right here.
Nicholas.
Yeah,
It's what?
you're Nichols or Nicholas? Which one are you?
Paul Nichols.
I think we're Nichols right here, Judge.
Okay.
The 51095.
You gotta speak up, man.
All right. You were arrested on a charge of criminal trespass. Can you afford to hire an attorney to represent you for this?
No, sir.
You want one appointed to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, counselor?
Judge, Paul, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are you from, Paul?
I'm from here.
Okay, live here your whole life, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have family in Amarillo?
Yes, sir.
Who's that? Tell him who that is.
I have an aunt here,
And then my dad left me the property at which where I'm was a has the criminal this case, and I was headed to the community development lady to get the key and the will that they left.
Okay. Okay, with all that being said, the judge right now needs to know that you're agreeing to stay away from that place until this is resolved. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you won't go back over there if he was to release you on a fair bond. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge just asked for fair and reasonable bond for Paul's case. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll set his bond at $750. I will make it a personal bond. Conditions are K while you're out on bond. Not commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state of the United States. Keep in mind, you're not going to have a bondsman keeping up with you, so you need to call. There's a number on that sheet. You need to call and keep up with your court dates, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Mr. Martinez,
Yes, sir.
you were arrested on, looks like a warrant for driving while intoxicated, a second offense.
Yes, sir.
And you were also arrested for driving while intoxicated on a third offense or more. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for these charges?
No, sir.
You want one appointed to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, counselor.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, where do you work?
Western sales testing.
Okay, what kind of business is Western Cells Testing?
I do the sandblasting, they paint and weld.
They're sandblasting and painting company. How long have you worked there?
16 years.
Okay. And you were originally born in what?
Georgetown, Texas.
Georgetown?
Yes, sir.
And you've been in Amarillo how long?
15 years.
Okay. And you have two sisters that
Yes.
are here local, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And judge just asked for a fair and reasonable bond for Renaldo's cases. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, on the warrant, on the driving while intoxicated second offense, I'm gonna set his bond at $2,500. Conditions are D, E, and K. While you're out on bond, within 30 days of release on bond, you must install an ignition interlock device on your vehicle, and you cannot operate any vehicle without an ignition interlock. You cannot consume any alcohol, and you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state of the United States. On the driving while intoxicated third offense, I'm going to set his bond at $5,000. Conditions basically the same. The ignition interlock D, E, K, and O. The only thing that's added is you must abstain from the use or possession of any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh.
Mr. Nelson,
Yes, sir.
you were arrested on two charges. One for unlawful carrying of a weapon with a felony conviction, and one for tampering or fabricating with physical evidence with intent to impair. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for these charges? Can you afford to hire your own attorney?
I don't know that at the moment. I'm trying to get,
You
I don't know.
You're fine. You stand up. I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know that at the moment because I'm trying to get bond to get things
Okay.
together.
Do you want the court to appoint you an attorney then?
For right now, sir, yes.
All right. Counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Nelson, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long have you lived in Amarillo?
Over 30 years.
Okay. And you have family in Amarillo, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Who's that, your aunt?
Yes, Glendale Otis,
I don't really need names, just
Oh,
your
yeah.
aunt and who else? Your cousin?
uncles and cousins.
Okay, aunt, uncles, cousins, okay. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
And where do you work?
JBS Swift in Cactus, Texas.
Okay. How long have you worked for JBS?
3 years.
Okay. And that current address, the last question, that current address, how long have you been at the current address you're living in?
It's like 3.5.
3.5 years? Yeah. Okay. Judge, just ask for a fair and reasonable bond for Nelson's case. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, on the carrying of the weapon, I'm gonna set his bond at $5,000. Conditions are K and O. On the tampering, I'm gonna set his bond at $2,000. Conditions are K and O. Both of them, you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state or United States. And you must abstain from the use or possession of any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician. Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. You were arrested on a charge of theft of property
Yes.
greater than or less than $2,500 with 2 or more previous convictions. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for this?
I can't. I'm going to try to hopefully do a public defender.
You want a court appointed then?
Please.
All right. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Judge. Michael, how long have you lived in Amarillo?
I've been here, this November will be 3 years.
Okay. And your current address, how long have you been there?
The whole time, 6800 I-40 West.
Okay. And you have family in Amarillo?
My wife,
Okay. And how long have you guys been together?
we've been married 13 years.
Okay. And let's see, are you working right now?
Yes.
Where do you work at?
I work for Barricades Unlimited through the agency called People Ready.
Okay. So you're working like through a temporary company?
Correct. But I work Monday through Friday, and I've been with them for a while.
About 1.5 years, is that right?
Yeah. We do all the lane closures and stuff for TxDOT and everything.
Okay. And before that, you worked at Titan?
I worked at I moved here November 7th of 2022 and worked at Tyson starting then.
Okay.
Did about a year at Tyson, 1.5 years.
Judge, just ask for a fair and reasonable bond for Michael's case. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna set his bond at $2,000. Conditions are K and O. While you're out on bond, you cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state, or the United States. And you must abstain from the use or possession of any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Your Honor, can I ask you one question?
Sure.
The bond is $2,000. Do I pay a percentage of that or
10%.
10?
Not a fine, it's a bond. Yeah, if you hire a bondsman, you pay a percentage of that.
10%.
And he can help you with that.
So it's 2,000, 10,000.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
200.
200.
2,000.
Okay. Your Honor, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Right here, buddy. Microphone.
Mr. Parker, you were arrested on a charge of possession of a controlled substance, a program 1B drug less than 1 gram. Can you afford an attorney?
No, sir, I can't.
You want one appointed to you,
Yes, sir.
Counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Rodney, where are you from?
Here.
Okay, born in Amarillo, and you've lived here your whole life?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have family in Amarillo?
Yes, sir.
Who's that? Your wife? Your mom? Okay. And how long have you lived at the current address that you're living at?
Very much most of my life.
Okay. Is that with your mom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you working right now, Rodney?
No, sir, right now. No, sir.
Are you actively looking for a place?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, just ask for a fair and reasonable bond for Mr. Parker. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna set his bond at $2,500. Conditions are K and O. While he's out on bond, he cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state, or the United States. And he must abstain from the use or possession of any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician. Thank you.
Thank you. Until you okay. No, we'll get time seating full time. My kids are CPS different.
Mr. Ben, you were arrested on a warrant for injury to a child, elderly or disabled with intent of bodily injury. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for this charge?
No, sir.
Do you want one appointed to you,
Yes, sir.
counselor?
All right, Nikkolas, you said you're working right now, is that right?
Yes, sir. I work at Tyson
Okay. What are your hours normally at Tyson?
Monday through Friday and sometimes Saturday from 2 o'clock till midnight.
Okay.
My wife works there too.
How long have you worked there?
I've been there 4 years.
Okay. Your wife works there. How long has she been there?
My wife's been there 3 years.
Okay. And you've been in Amarillo, how long?
4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said your wife is here in Amarillo with you as well.
Yeah, we own a house.
Okay.
I have a mortgage.
Okay.
I don't want to lose my house, my mortgage.
Judge, just ask for a fair and reasonable bond for Nikkolas's case. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna set his bond at $5,000. Conditions are K, L, and O. And also he can have no unsupervised contact with Leanne Turner. Conditions K, L, and O is cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state or the United States. Can have no contact with any child under the age of 17. And you cannot commit, or cannot possess or use any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, let's supervise. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You have a blessed day.
You too.
Go back.
Mr. Martin, you were arrested on 2 warrants, one for assault of a family or household member impeding breath or circulation, and one for violating a bond or protective order, assault or stalking. Can you afford an attorney to represent you for these charges?
More than likely I can, but I'm not gonna say yes. I just now started a new job, sir. I make good money.
Do you want a court-appointed attorney at this time?
Yes, if possible.
Sure. Counselor?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Martin, how long have you lived in Amarillo?
5 years.
Okay. And your current address, how long have you been there in Amarillo?
Over a year.
Okay. Are you working right now?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I'm working.
Okay, where do you work?
Premier Landscaping.
Obviously, that's a landscaping company?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how long have you worked there?
Well, I just now started it. I started last week, and it's a very high-paying job, and I really need the job.
Okay.
I really need to get out of here.
Okay. And you were saying, do you have a place to stay that's
Yes,
away from
yes,
the
yes,
people
yes,
that are listed in the?
yes, sir. I got a place to stay. My mom, and she's making sure I don't go anywhere at all. She won't let me use her vehicle. I ain't got no vehicle to go anywhere. So yeah, I have someone on the outside, helping me.
So you'd have no reason to accidentally run into.
No, I have no reason at all.
Thank
And
you.
nor do I plan on it.
Thank you. Judge just asked for a fair and reasonable bond for Mr. Martin's case. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna set his bond on each charge at $20,000 each. Conditions, there's been a magistrate's order for protection issued between now and September the 3rd, 2025. No contact, direct or indirect, with Jamie Halstead. You can't go within 200 yards of her residence or place of employment. This order will be faxed to you here in just a minute. You need to read it in its entirety and sign it.
Man, they're fucking blackballing me, so that's $4,000 to get out.
Also cannot commit any other violations against the state of Texas, any other state of the United States. And you must abstain from the use or possession of any illegal, dangerous drug, narcotic, marijuana, or alcohol without the consent of a physician. Thank you.
4,000 to get out. Oh, 400 to get out.
4,000.
4,000.
20,000.
Just got turned on something for nothing.
Thank you.
All right, Judge.
See you tomorrow at 11:30.
Yes, sir. There'll be somebody else tomorrow.